Hello Haunters. So today I'm at the electronics bench and we're going to have a look at replacing a sound module or making something talk or some sound effects or anything like that. So what we've got is one of these little mp3 players, and this is classed as a voice sound back, voice sound playback, 5 volts, 5 watts SDTF cards. These are available on Amazon, and depending on what you buy and how many you buy, they could be sort of £7 to £10, but they are packed with possibilities. So what you've got is this little circuit board, and what we've got on here is SD card slot, headphone jack, connections for a loudspeaker, volume control, USB input, some dip switches that allow you to set the operation of the board, and along here, this header here, we have a series of switch contacts that basically, if you take any of these pins down to 0 volts, it will play the corresponding mp3 track on the card. Also, right at the bottom is another pin called busy, and the busy function, when there's a track playing, goes low, so it would allow you to light an LED. We'll come back to that with an application for it. So what do we need to make this run? A loudspeaker. Now I've been caught up with stuff. Here we go. I've been using these sealed loudspeaker. They come in packs of 4, and they are actually surprisingly good. I've probably used in the past year or so, I've probably used about 70 or 80 of these with various different projects I've been working on. Definitely recommend that. This unit is classed as being capable of 5 watts. Now, it does give a pretty good account for itself, and this speaker handles it with hardly any distortion at all when it's really going for it. We're going to need some hookup wires and some LEDs. We'll also need some resistors to limit the current going through the LEDs. Now we're going to be using 5 volts on this circuit, so with those LEDs we need a 220 ohm resistor. Now that's red brown in color coding, so you can see on the resistor there's color bands on there: red, which is 2, red, which is 2, and brown, which is 1. So it's 2 2 and 1 0, 220 ohms. Now all of these bits are available in my shop, and I'll give you details of that shop later. We've got LED kits with pre-chosen resistors for 3 volts, 5 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts. It's all done. Speakers are in there, the mp3 players are in there, and the whole lot is available as a kit. So this can run off batteries, so 3 AA's would sort this out just nice. that would work. That'll power that for a while. Or you could use a 5 volt adapter, and just use the USB, clip the other end off, wire that in. So at this level you will need to be able to solder onto the headers. It's not too difficult a job, but the kits that are available in the shop are pre-wired. Now I've got one here, but typically it's folded up around the camera stand. So I'm sorry if you get jolted off the desk. Here's one in true Blue Peter style. If you're watching from a non-British location, you'll have to Google Blue Peter. It's a TV show. So here's one that's pre-made, pre-wired up. The only thing this one isn't showing is a battery connection. This one runs from the power supply. So we've got our SD card in there. Click that in. Now these switches are set to instant start on the MP3. So when I press a switch, every time I press it, it'll restart the MP3 track. Now you can set these switches so that it plays out, so that once you press that, these then get locked out, and you won't be able to select another track until the track that's playing is finished. But we don't want that. We just want this running straight from the switches, just to interrupt. Now what we've got here, this is an LED on here, utilising that busy track. So what we're aiming to do with this is, if we build this into Clive the Crow, you may have met in previous videos, when he's triggered, he starts to caw and his eyes will light up. So let me just check that. Power supply, we'll put 4.5 on it and just power this up. So it's got 4.5 volts on it, and there we are, ready to go. Then you can hear the two different buttons. And there's that thing about the constant re-triggering. It'll go back. And there we go. That's the little module. That's all it needs to give your animatronic back its speech. Now the SD card's easy enough to put anything you want on there. There's 8 connections. You can have 8 sound effects on there, voice, all sorts, with 8 switches. Now if you wanted to, you could control that with a remote device. Here's one that excuse the rustling. Here's one that we've used before. This is a little pocket handheld transmitter. You don't even need to have the aerial up. It's so blooming good. That gives us six outputs. It even came with batteries, which is amazing, even though it says it doesn't. It's going to be a conundrum on camera, isn't it, trying to get the back off that. Oh well. Go on, we'll give it a try. There we go. Oh, I closed it again. Idiot boy. There we go. All right, so we've got a little receiver module, power. There's the little receiver for the handset. 6 relays. So this gives us, not only does it give us closing relays, it gives us opening relays as well. So we can press a button to make something start happening. We can also press a button to stop something from happening, depending on how we configure the relay. But if that was now connected in place of those buttons, I can now remote control the sound effects from my pocket. This is what we've done in the past. Really works well. Remote in your pocket, as long as you know where your buttons are. No one can see you triggering it or seeing anybody triggering it. It just happens. Just the sound effects and maybe motion, lighting, is all happening with no real visible person controlling it. But you can still, health and safety implications, you can actually still be there observing if it's safe to do motions and things like that. So there we go. I'll come back to you in another video with Clive the Crow. Just a little short one, just showing how we fit him up. There we go.